The Witness has moved beyond our reach. All attempts to follow it have failed. But there is still hope. On Neptune, we learned that a key to defeating the Witness lies hidden away on Titan. Now we know why the Witness's fleet came there when it first arrived. Deputy Commander Sloan held the line on Titan to the bitter end, right up until the Witness took it. Then, we lost all contact. But now, just when we need it most, Titan has returned. And when it did, we were greeted with something we could have never predicted.
To any Guardians listening, this is Deputy Commander Sloan requesting emergency support.
This is a Priority 1 rescue operation. We have received a distress call on the secure Vanguard channel. The target of extraction is Deputy Commander Sloan. She was last seen on Titan before it vanished during the arrival of the pyramids. Our job is to triangulate where the distress signal is coming from, find the Deputy Commander, and get her out. I know what you may be thinking, but Sloan is one of the most tenacious, resilient soldiers I've ever known. If anyone could have survived this, it's her. The Guardian has landed. I'm at our old LZ. No sign of Sloan or enemy activity. Extraction team, what's your status?
Commander, I am at the tidal anchor, not far from your position. It is abandoned, quiet. Distress signal is weak.
I've established a beachhead inside the New Pacific Arcology. No sign of the hive. Signal strength is weak here as well.
Guardian, you need to cross the rig to align a communications dish so we can triangulate Sloan's position. Keep comms open. We don't know what happened here. Taken. I've got multiple Taken engagements on my position.
They are on me as well.
Confirm 10 Taken contacts in the New Pacific Arcology. Iron War beasts are engaging.
Extraction team, status.
All clear, Commander. Minimal casualties.
Tidal anchor is secure. The Taken are gone.
Guardian, get to the array. Is that the derelict?
Hey, gang! Heard there was a party, and I thought I'd pop on by and see what the fuss is all about.
This is a rescue mission for Deputy Commander Sloan. Get off the line.
Oh, great! She owes me a drink.
A drink.
Would I lie?
Back to the Arcology Solarium.
I am the mountain upon which all swords shatter! Hone your aim against me!
No.
I am the last breath in your mouth! You cannot escape me!
Morphic! They're coming up from the methane flush! I'm holding position!
Remember Sagira shattering. She was worthy of death. Osiris was not. Are you so fragile?
Show yourself! Fight me! I will tear you apart with my bare hands!
That voice we heard, it was Xivu Arath. I'd only heard her voice in audio logs from the fall of the Cabal homeworld. There's no mistaking her. She must be here. We need to be careful. Her influence has never been this strong.
We need to find Sloane and get her out of here now. You're almost at the Array Guardian. Get moving. Go! The consoles here at Siren's Watch say the array is unpowered. Guardian, you need to find a way to reroute power, then properly align the array's receivers. Excellent work. Systems are lighting up here. I have Sloane's position as 1 kilometer down.
She is in the ocean? It is a sea of crushing methane. Nothing can survive there.
I wouldn't be so sure of that.
Guardian, rig schematics show a ballast maintenance shaft near your position. Follow the signal down and find the deputy commander. I'll join up with you shortly. I've arrived at the diving point. I'm coming down to you.
That ain't gonna happen, boss. Do you know how much pressure they're taking? They gotta get out of there.
I am not leaving anyone behind again.
And I ain't saying we do. All right, that's enough. I'm pulling you up before you and your ghost get flattened. Welcome to the derelict. I'm down in engineering, making sure we don't blow up. Zavala's got his heart in the right place, but Old Blue's about as stubborn as they come. You can't brute force this moon. The collapse messed the whole place up good. Gravity's weird down in the deep. There's pockets of air. Some places you can move safely. Others that'll crush you into a little speck. But I think I got something in my guts that'll help us out. Titan ain't my first aquatic rodeo. Go ahead and try out that prototype. Should protect you from the pressure. Well, some of it, at least. Now get on out of here. I'll fill the boss man in for you.
Guardian, you're almost at the source of the distress signal. I've acquired one of Drifter's devices. I'll be joining you momentarily. Sloan?
Here, Commander.
You're alive.
Staying alive was the mission. And I always complete the mission.
No wonder you called us, sister. Let's get you back home.
You don't understand. That distress call wasn't for me. It was for her.
What is that?
An ally. Her name is Asa.
You can communicate with it?
It's complicated, sir. I get impressions, emotions, ideas. She knows our true enemy. The Witness came for her species, too. Discrete concepts are harder. Even more now, since this.
And you're still you?
Every bit. My light is holding this corruption back, but I can hear voices whispering. Demanding. It's like being tuned in to the enemy's radio. If we could strengthen my connection with Asa, I believe it would improve my ability to communicate through the noise.
I got some ideas. I'll draw up some specs and drop by soon.
Sloan.
I'm fine, sir. And I think I'm long overdue for a debriefing.
As you wish. We'll reconvene at the helm.
Good to be back in contact with the Vanguard. It's an honor to serve with you. The Taken moved in quick after we lost Titan. I had to switch gears. Escape, evade, and rotate between extraction points. Survive for another day. That was the mission. I absorbed some of the Taken corruption to tap into their comms, if you can call them that. My bond with Asa proved mission critical too. I owe her my life. Now that Titan's back, the mission's changed. We need more intel on our enemy. The Witness. Drifter claims he knows a way to help Asa share that intel. Boost the signal so her message can get through. If he's right, you're going to need some diving equipment. Thankfully, I was able to secure a pair of intact subnauticals from the Arcology's storage units. Feel free to toss out that junk Drifter gave you earlier. This is the real deal.
Hey there, hero. While you were taking a dip in the methane, I detected something on the ocean floor, and it ain't native to Titan. I've seen it before, on the Glykon, on the Leviathan, on my own ship too. An organism that's all about forming psychic connections. Seems it's growing like coral down in the depths. I'm thinking we gather it up and use it to amplify Sloane's link to the creature. I can modify my Gambit equipment to bank that stuff and harness its power, but I'll need some Golden Age parts to do it. Just so happens, the Arcology is full of Golden Age tech waiting to be salvaged. You help me collect it, and I'll fix up the bank. Then it's just a matter of, well, diving into the depths of the methane sea and dredging up what Sloane needs. All while trying not to drown, of course. Nothing you can't handle? So what do you say? Ready for another swim?
The Arcology is under attack! Repel the invaders!
Power readings are abnormal. The invasion must have damaged some of the arc relay fuses. They need to be replaced. And this area is too dangerous for anyone but a Guardian. Let's get to work. The enemy enemy left explosive ordnance primed to blow. I need your assistance on this, Guardians. Guardians, we have enemies inbound on the seafloor. Brace yourselves. Transmat firing. I can feel rage. Guardian, something's near.
How's the old man doing?
It is kind of you to ask. Osiris is well. Better than well, actually. I think he found what he was looking for on Neptune.
And what was that, anyway? The city Neomuna?
No, he found a purpose. Learning, teaching, mentoring. What he was always good at, but always walked away from.
Yeah, sounds like a nice run of luck for you two these days. About time.
This is Operation Thunderbolt. Asa has alerted us to a shelf of coral infested with a fungal spore we can use. However, it's in hostile territory.
Always is, was, will be.
Indeed. Forward intel reports a Wrath-born servitor patrols the area, and it is not alone. You have 2 sites to hit. Deploy excavation equipment, defend, and extract. Deputy Commander, Guardian, divide and conquer. Bring the Drifter what he needs.
I'm reading you, Guardians.
So the old man asked you to babysit.
I'm your air superiority.
From aboard a Cabal cruiser? Never thought I'd see the day.
Meet the Empress, then I'll hear your judgment.
Fair enough. To be honest, it's just nice to be back running with the both of you.
On that, we can agree.
Servitors onto us. I just met contact. Let's hustle, Guardian.
It's been an age since I've seen you fight, Sloan. Had you been with us on the dragon hunts. You're the bait now. Guardian, you're next.
Goes against all my instincts, but I'll try to make myself look delicious. Deploying drill. Let's get loud, Guardian.
That drill is near empty.
Drown this gift and revel in it. Kneel, that I may lay my blade across thine breast. The quiver of your heart to resonate its black edge.
Get out of my head. Servitors coming in hot, Guardian.
Let it take you. Then, meet their challenge.
I bruised it for you. Now take it down. sites are secure and you just punched us a way out.
Good. You haven't lost a step.
Well, I've had a lot of dive time. But the Guardian took to the sea like a fish. Send over the submersible beacon and let's transmat this hull back to the rig.
You're sure this new ally of yours is trustworthy?
Hasn't let me down yet. You asked me to trust you about the Empress. Trust me about Asa.
An oasis in the desert. Seeds of hope buried beneath the sands. Nomads, wanderers, travelers. Their journey comes to an end. The first to be claimed by the deep. The first to fall victim to the witness.
So you heard all of that, huh? Hard to believe, but it's not just noise. I can understand bits and pieces of it through Asa. Xivu Arath's thirst for battle, the Witness's cold rage, the Taken's enmity. It's all in there. I started hearing it when my arm got this new paint job, but it hasn't sounded that real since. Doesn't matter. I've been through it before, and I can get through it again. Asa has vital information about the Witness. I'll do whatever it takes so she can deliver it. That's the mission, and I always complete the mission. Asa and I both need to recover before we boost our connection again. Until then, continue helping Drifter upgrade his technology. I hate to admit it, but his plan seems like it might actually work.
And that's it? It just works?
It's not a scam, if that's what you're asking. Ain't gonna make you put in some glimmer and pull a lever. See, the way I look at it, this has always been the plan. Playing the game, Gambit, the machine. The Nine taking the long view.
You think the Nine were telling you to run Gambit for this? That they saw everything coming and that's how they choose to prepare us?
Don't know, boss. Maybe they see the future. Maybe they're just a few floors above and can see further down the road than we can. Maybe we're all just squinting at specks, looking for meaning. What I'm saying is, it works. It'll get us what we need, and maybe, if we're lucky, get Sloane what she needs too.
And what is that?
A win.
And what can I do for you? Hi.
Guardian, operations on Titan are in full swing. Drifter believes he can further improve his modified bank to work at greater depths. It will require more salvage from the sunken arcology. Acquire it for him so we can continue enhancing Sloane's link with Asa. This mission... Sloane's been through enough as it is. I informed her of everything that transpired while she was MIA. Guardians using the darkness, Savathun's deception, the Witness attacking the Traveler. And Amanda. The two of them were close. Word of Amanda's death hit Sloane hard. I saw it in her eyes. The moment when the news landed. And the moment she buried it. I don't like putting this mission on Sloane. But I recognize her need for it. Her need for an objective. And a commander to assign it. What I need is for you to stand beside her in the trenches. Show her that she doesn't have to fight this battle alone. We'll all see this through together.
We must defend the rig! Go protect the machinery! I will advise from here.
So I got a task perfectly suited for you. Shoot anything that tries to take our stuff. Explosive ordnance on deck. Need you to take care of it, hero. We got all sorts of damage that needs repairs. About unfathomable depths and horrific abominations. Anyway, transmat firing. What's the saying? Many hands make light work? I don't know. Some of that stuff still looked pretty heavy.
I didn't see you lifting anything.
Hey! Ain't you a tactician? My job's the same. It's logistics.
Logistics.
I might have also been eating lunch.
I'm on the move, Guardian. Good luck out there.
Fire team, I have you.
You joining us down here?
No, today I sit in chair. But this good chair.
Do we have the missing fire team's last known?
Yes, now so do you. You will find them. I know it.
I'm just hoping they got turned around. It can be disorienting down there.
Help them find the surface, and things make sense again. Like having sea legs, and then on land. It takes time, yes?
I'm not sure what you mean.
How are you feeling, friend?
Oh, we're talking about me now. Can we stow this until I'm back?
I mean to say, I understand becoming lost.
Big guy, I know you want to help, but I'm about to be shot at here. I've got bodies on the approach to Delta Site.
It's our missing team.
Damn it. The gear's offline. We need to get these running.
Machines online. Now secure the area.
I sow the death you sow. Your needle is a brutal efficient violence.
All right. Keep it together.
Fire team. Payload secured and all transmats locked. Turn your attention to the wizard.
I'm already in contact. Tagged them, but they're headed to ambush you. Send this wizard back to the Sea of Screams. I used to know every fire team that passed through Titan's rig. These Guardians, I don't recognize them.
You have spent a great deal of time pushing forward. Stop, sit, rest. You will come to know again. Then you will find others to push with you. Like now.
You don't have an off switch, do you, Saint?
That would be bad design.
I need to go see Asa. Send me their names.
They will be in your debriefing.
Thanks, Tactical. Sloan out.
Wondering what the creature has to share, Guardian? I'm eager myself. Or anxious. That separation can be difficult to discern.
Commander, Guardian, were you waiting here for me?
Just considering the pieces on the board, Saint.
You worry for the Deputy Commander. She is strong, and her friend is very large. They will be okay.
Sloan will do what's necessary. But after that, things are less simple.
When I was trapped in the Infinite Forest, before Osiris broke time to reunite us, there were many days I felt lost. But I am here, and you are all with me again.
That you are. A hero of the city. Then and now.
A hero, yes. Though my memory differs from what the stories say.
There's only so much I can do behind a desk. Weighing costs and outcomes. Sending someone else never sits right with me. I'd rather the clarity of the battlefield beside the two of you.
The burden of good leaders. To never feel we have done enough. But trusting those we send is what makes us strong.
You were Vanguard commander once. What made you step down?
Because I am not as strong as you. You carry the command for the same reason the Guardian and I stand in the trenches. To set the example. To be the hope. When the time comes, you will see it too, huh? I know you will.
Into the trenches then, Guardian. Yours on Titan, and mine in the tower. I look forward to your report.
A city of light. A flourishing garden. A silent god withholds a deeper truth. Questions unanswered, a longing unfulfilled. The sky darkens as a new journey begins.
It's hard to make sense of Asa's thoughts, but They're coming into focus. Taken interference be damned. Hearing those sounds puts me right back in the thick of it. Staying on the move, gun in hand. Xivu Arath's voice in my head. Escape and evade. No matter how bad things got, that routine kept me going. And Asa kept me safe. She shored up my resolve, helped me find food, watched over me when I caught a few hours of shut-eye. Now she's doing everything she can to tell us what she knows. We're both on a new mission. Unfortunately, Drifter needs to tinker with his machine before we bank more coral. Hurry up and wait, right? I've been around a long time, Guardian. Seen a lot of action, gone on a lot of sorties. Always ready for the next set of orders. It's staying still that gets to me.
Saint, what is it? I'm busy.
Does Title know you use her ship to jam my messages to the Deputy Commander?
This. Sloan doesn't want your help. We're allowed to carry our own burdens.
You and I do not speak for years. When a battlefield brings us together, you choose to lecture. I am not one of your iron beasts, Saladin. Do not treat me as a pupil.
Then don't act like one. You've been alive too long to be this naive.
There is no shame in asking for help, nor harm in offering it.
She isn't asking.
Is that why you don't? I see a friend drowning, their armor pulling them down, so I lift them up from the water, yes?
Sloan held Titan lightless during the Red War. She thrives under pressure.
Tell me, Saladin, are you not doing the same as me?
That's preposterous.
You shield Sloan against my overbearings, do you not? Did she ask you to do that?
You're not turning this back onto me.
You are softer than the Cabal think. More like fluffy dog than iron wolf.
Point taken. I'll remove the jamming signal. Just trust enough to let her learn to swim before you dive in after her.
I will temper my outreach to Sloan. A little. Perhaps I will shift those efforts to opening your heart, Lord Valis. I win! Goodbye, Saladin.
Dive accomplished. Sloan, settle a bet for me. You fought in Twilight Gap, did you not?
And helped build the wall with Shaxx and Saint before that. What's wrong? Memory getting fuzzy in your old age?
It's all one long fight to me. The individual skirmishes start to blend together. I remember the losses.
Yeah. Sure felt like the whole world was against us in those early days. Well, I remember you and Osiris coming around occasionally with the Iron Lords. Never did help us with the wall, though.
We helped hold it after it was built. I've always been more soldier than Mason. And now I owe Saint money.
Your efforts are paying off, young wolf. It's time for another dive, and another haul of coral for the Deputy Commander. Assuming, of course, that you can prevent the deep from drowning you like a rat. Not that I'm worried about your capacity to do so, especially when Sloan's fighting by your side. She's always been one to shoulder a burden so that others need not. That's something I understand all too well. After the Iron Lords fell, I alone remained to keep the torches lit, to hold the banner high, and honor those who died in the line of duty. It was a lonely path, one I walked for centuries without complaint. Now, a legion of my former enemies walks beside me. I had forgotten what such camaraderie could be like, and I suspect the same holds true for Sloane. Keep that in mind when the two of you are in the depths. There's no weapon more powerful than the soldier standing next to you.
Fire team, this is Operation Fulgurite. Scans have uncovered a rich shelf of egregore coral at a depth we've yet to explore. So rich, in fact, that it has attracted the attention of a Taken Knight and their minions.
And they're radiating Taken energy, turning our hall rancid. You don't mind if I take it from here, do you, Big Blue? Good. We're diving into the dark and robbing the Taken blind. Woo! Let's be heroes.
Indeed.
Just so we're clear, disrespect the commander again, I'll hurl you off the arcology like a shot put.
That all it take to get you to surface? I'm betting the ocean floor feels like home sweet home now. Eh, Chief?
Deputy Commander.
Get swallowed up by anything big while you were out there?
Not much cover at seafloor. Before Asa, they tried.
Doesn't sound so bad. Open space, cozy long girl. How'd you sleep?
Like a lamb in power armor. Stay on mission. And don't call her that.
Thing is, since you strapped on that rig and walked out into the deep, I've been itching to know. You regret it?
Worried you couldn't hack it? From what I hear, you're a survivalist.
I've run from every damn thing, if that's surviving. But, you commit. I'm fixing to commit to something stupid myself. Get swept up in a cause. So be real. You regret it?
The Vanguard had a file on you. Doesn't paint you as the hero type. You might regret it.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
Deploying Sunimeter. This whole shelf is contaminated.
Your violence bears offerings, I accept them. Slay, be slain, rise, drink, and let's fill. In this strife you are home.
Stop! Stop! Enough! Keep it coming. I've seen you run mokes faster than this. Pick it up.
Guardian, I just tangoed with a massive Taken Knight. Clocked them, but they're right behind me. I'll keep their attention. Wait. They're gone.
That knight's headed your way, hero. Get ready for a showdown.
I'm cut off. Give him hell, Guardian.
Kalgarath, taken from bone. Fight forever!
Oh, they should have kept running. Look at them now. They're dead.
Well, if you didn't need the backup, I could have saved myself the leg cramps. Let's exfil. Get this back to the long girl. Yes, I like it. And hear what she's got for us.
See? It grows on you. Talking with her must be a trip and a half.
It's a bit like wandering out into the dark. You're lost for a minute, but then your eyes adjust and you acclimate. Things normalize.
One foot in front of the other. Funny how many things work like that.
Ain't that the truth?
That wizard you defeated, Zivul Wrath howled their name. Kudazad. I remember that from an old report.
Still have a mind like a steel trap, sir. Kudazad was a field captain for Savathun before Titan went dark.
And now they serve Zivul Wrath? Taken, Scorn, Wrathborn. She folds all conquered adversaries into her armies, doesn't she?
Not all of them. Just the strongest, or those she's looking to use as a weapon. Not just to fight, but to hurt. Psychologically. She's defacing everything Savathun touched on Titan. When it comes to her sister, it seems more emotional than strategic.
Oh, hey there, Valis.
Germain. Or is it Dredgen Hope?
You know it's Drifter these days. Has been for a long time.
I was just speaking with the Deputy Commander. She's ready for you.
How's she holding up?
Sloane is a soldier, and that role has given her purpose. Hope. But she has been through a great ordeal. Her own personal dark age.
Yeah. That's a bad hand to be dealt. Maybe this can wait. Unless you want to tip one back. Talk about the bad old days.
What is that? Motor oil? Battery acid?
Only one way to find out.
You and I are among the oldest of our kind. Centuries we've orbited each other. Why now?
Why not?
Maybe another time.
I think Kaido's actually mellowed that old wolf out a bit.
of something more. Two halves of a whole, long divided schism between them, reunited. A glimpse beyond, to the beginning.
The plan's working. It's getting easier for me to parse Asa's thoughts, like a picture coming into focus. Other things are a little harder for me to wrap my head around. When I first heard of Saladin's Iron War Beasts, I didn't know what to think. We lost a lot of people in the Red War. The Empire took so much away from us, and now Saladin commands an Imperial Legion. They're the reason we had to fall back and regroup on Titan. Why I had to send fire teams down into the Arcology, never to return. Those Guardians died under my orders. They paid for our foothold in blood. When the pyramids arrived, there was no way in hell I'd give it all up without a fight. This is nothing compared to what others sacrificed. Completing the mission is how I honor them. Just like Saladin honors the Iron Lords, no matter who he leads into battle against our enemies. Stay the course, Guardian. Once Asa and I are ready again, it's back into the depths for us.
Saladin Forge. To what do I owe the pleasure?
Just thinking about the bad old days, like you said. And that bar you used to tend at the base of Felwinter Peak. You went by Wu Ming, as I recall. Made some coin selling drinks to the Iron Lords. Then spent it hiring them to do jobs on the side. Remember all of that?
Yeah, I remember. You left out the part where you threatened to burn it down.
Maybe I should have. I never asked you why you ran that little operation. What did you stand to gain?
With how your pack of wolves tipped their bartender? Not much. That place never got too busy, but I had my regulars, and they all had their problems. Some of them just weren't that easy to see from on top of a mountain. Maybe I wanted to call them to your attention.
Ah, so you had a better perspective.
Not better, just different.
I suppose I can see the value in that.
Everything's got value, old wolf. You just gotta know where to look.
What's the word, brother? All this Golden Age tech is impressive stuff. Almost makes you wonder how they lost back then, you dig? About that, if we're looking to win this time, I need Savathun's swamp to wash up a few finishing touches for my rig. Cracking skulls and looting halls is your bag, hero. That's why you're headed to her throne world. That pyramid Savvy brought down, it's cut off from the Witness. Scorned bigwigs been digging tech we can use out of that burning heap. All you have to do is find them and take it. Then you let old Drifter worry about the kit bashing. Easy. Hey, one more thing. Sivu dripping nonsense in your head, too? She's been recounting some of my more heroic exploits. Dark Age's been on my mind. You know how the past is. You pull the trigger and people die, so you don't have to. Then, someone comes along and wants to forgive you for that. Like it's fine. Won't ask what Xivu's dredging up for a killer like you. Wouldn't be polite. Thundergun's down there, though. Been under pressure so long, everybody's looking for cracks. Don't get me wrong, coin to table, she's been through it. But I don't think Sloane's looking to be told it's fine. 'Cause it ain't. 'Cause it needs to be ugly to win. And then, you live with it. See you on the other side.
This is tactical. Dive green. Fire team. Xivu Arath is directing her forces against our extraction operations. Make this dive count.
The more I commune with Asa, the more dangerous these will get. We'll be quick and careful.
I trust this fire team to get the job done. Make sure everyone comes back in one piece. Guardian, Deputy, scans show high-density fossilizations in your vicinity. Get to work and expect a hostile response. Enemy counterattack converging on this sector. You've been cleared to continue operations at a lower depth to evade their advance. How is our mission progressing, Deputy? Have you found any clarity in Asa's words?
Nothing concrete. Like it says in my report. Still just fragments. I hope Saint's all-field no-desk style isn't rubbing off on you.
No. I read the report, but I'd like to hear it firsthand as well.
Then you heard it here first. Deputy's recommendation is to stay the course and dive as deep as we need to. You're on site, Guardian. I'll draw away their commander while you get the job done.
Extraction sites in this sector are all secure. Let's press out a little farther. Fire team, you are clear to descend. I know Xivu Arath is a master tactician, but I'm having trouble understanding her approach on Titan.
From the time I spent here, coming after Asa's part strategy, part vendetta. The Hive see Asa as a coward, heretic. She tried to stop them from finding the other worms. It's not enough to banish her. She has to die. Asa can feel a horde of coral nearby. It's been harvested. Draw out whoever did it, and I'll keep reinforcements off your back. Sector's crawling with Hive and Taken. Let's head down and dodge some of this heat. Collection tanks are full and safe. Time to turn the tables.
Khudazad, bound by war, conquered from trickery, I invoke your death!
You defeated. Zevul Wrath howled their name. Khudazad. I remember that from an old report.
Still have a mind like a steel trap, sir. Khudazad was a field captain for Savathun before Titan went dark.
And now they serve Zevul Wrath? Taken, Scorn, Wrathborn. She folds all conquered adversaries into her armies, doesn't she?
Not all of them. Just the strongest, or those she's looking to use as a weapon. Not just to fight, but to hurt. Psychologically. She's defacing everything Savathun touched on Titan. When it comes to her sister, it seems more emotional than strategic.
This is awful.
Sure is. You ever been outside of Seoul?
Never had a reason to.
Can't say I recommend it. Saw some stuff while I was out there. Bad stuff. A world colder than you can imagine. Creatures that suppressed the light. My crew. Let's just say we wore out our welcome. Creatures started closing in. Trigger fingers got itchy. Some of us froze to death. A lightless, final death. The others, they didn't go so quiet. Not until I shut them up. Not sure how long I stayed after that. Had to mod my ghost to survive. Used the parts from... I did what it took to get off-world. And now I'm here.
I'm no stranger to combat, but... how did you leave it all behind?
I didn't. Some things you carry with you forever. But eventually, they stop feeling too heavy to lift.
Thanks for the drink, Drifter.
Anytime, Sloan.
anathema, calamity. That which cannot, must not come to pass. A wordless denial. A fleeing God. Betrayal. And escape. The pursuit for the final shape.
We're almost there. My link with Asa feels crystal clear. It's a little frightening, but strangely comforting, too. A lot changed while I was gone. It feels like the entire universe moved on without me, and now I'm struggling to catch up. Old enemies became new allies. New enemies wield the light against us. And old allies, friends, like Amanda. Sometimes I wonder, if I returned to the tower, would it even be my home anymore? Or would I just be a phantom? A forgotten memory wandering its streets at night? Xivu Arath's voice keeps telling me I don't belong there. That the battlefield is my home. That it always has been. Maybe she's right. Maybe reliving what I went through over and over again is a way for me to stay in familiar territory. To remain in the hell that I know. And avoid the one I dread. Either way, the mission comes first. I have to see it through to the end, regardless of where I end up when it's done.
The ever-forward march of time has a humorous way of looping in on itself. Doesn't it?
In some ways, a long-lived perspective makes it difficult not to see trends die and resurface.
Do you think that's how the Witness sees us? Variations of potential, or lack thereof?
What's really on your mind?
Sloane. She is singularly focused on her mission. That type of focus. You forget to come up for air. It's like a death when it's over.
Your command can be an anchor. Keep her from drifting. That's what I tried to do for you.
I seem to recall pushing back against your methods quite often.
The Dark Age drove us to extremes. Your style of leadership is more refined than mine.
It wasn't long ago that I was your pupil. Since then, I'd like to think we've developed a trust beyond authority or duty. How did you foster that friendship while being my superior?
You're not listening, Zavala. I didn't. Remember, you left my tutelage. All I did was give you the lessons I thought you needed to survive. Nothing more.
You're saying I can't be all things?
I'm saying I can't tell you what you want, because our friendship was not of my making. When the Iron Lords fell, when the Red Legion caged the Traveler, when the pyramids filled our skies, my heart was not open. You were. Despite your doubts, others see you as a pillar of strength. They're drawn to the shade you provide. Just stay standing.
I see you. You see me too? Ha, good, good. Then it is all working. You, me, this projector. Even if we sometimes falter. There is a war building in Sloane's eyes. One that Xivu Arath will exploit as she did with Osiris. Savathun wore his face, but it was Xivu Arath who took his light. Her whips drove him into a frenzy, lured him into danger, forced Sagira's sacrifice, and left him to die. Now she twists my thoughts into thorns, draws out the faces of the suffering Elixni into my dreams. She whispers that I took pleasure in their pain. I see their eyes as they died by my hands, and they see me. She does not lie. She challenges what you hold as a strength. Osiris's ambition, my protection, Sloane's duty. I have felt how the right word, the right face, can incite one to violence. But I have changed. What she has taken, it will not break me. Sloane is no warrior of glass, but the war within her. Even stone crumbles under enough strife. Stay with her, Guardian, as I should have with Osiris. We must offer her what support we are able, even if she does not want it.
Sloane's voice to speak my words. Please, heed them well. Before you can confront the witness, you must understand it. The witness's first victims were once like you, struggling for survival, bolstered by hope, until their hopes became reality. They called it the Gardener, their deity of life. It ushered them into a golden age. For eons they prospered, but their newfound god never spoke to them. It lavished them with gifts, but not with guidance. And though they lived in paradise, they came to crave a greater purpose. They desired meaning, structure, a winnower, to shape the garden. Their scholars discovered that the Gardener shared a connection with another entity among the stars. They called it the Veil, and when they found it, they arrived to claim it. They already knew much about the light, how it could bend the laws of the universe and create life. But they came to realize that it could bring ruin just as easily. The cosmic events it set in motion could wipe out entire civilizations in a heartbeat. reason. And so they saw the light, not as a source of prosperity, but of unfettered chaos. By studying the Veil, they came to know the darkness. A power that was shaped by thought and consciousness. And in the darkness, they found the means to carve away the chaos of existence, to calcify it into a final shape, eternal and perfected. They brought the Veil back to the Gardener in an attempt to strengthen their connection. There, they could reshape reality itself. The Gardener would not allow it, and so it fled their world. But they would not be deterred. Having witnessed the truth in the darkness, they used its binding power to merge themselves into the salvation they craved. Thus began the Witness's pursuit, its campaign to impose meaning on a meaningless universe. One that is nearly at its end.
Well, now we've heard what Asa had to tell us. We know our enemy better than ever. To think that it all started with the need for purpose. How that need became an obsession. What bothers me most is how much I understand it. This mission, it's my purpose, my reason for being. My guiding light. Without it, I'm lost. I don't know who I am or what I'm supposed to do. And that lack of direction, it's harder to face than 1,000 battles. I felt the same about my previous mission when I held the line on Titan. And if I'm being honest, it feels like I failed. I survived, but for what reason? What was it all meant to achieve? The only answer I've found is to learn what Asa knows. If I can do that, it will all have been worth it. Our link ended before Asa could explain how to get through the portal. The bond took its toll. But we'll both be ready again soon. When that time has come and gone, then I can feel like I accomplished the mission.
You never did tell me why you trust the Nine so much.
Oh, I don't. Not even a little. I trust Orin.
Orin?
Long story. The short of it is, I may have had a feeling or two for somebody a long time ago. Somebody that lost themselves along the way. But there's a little piece of her still out there. A sliver. Who still has a feeling or two for the somebody I could be. So I trust her. Because she ain't never steered me wrong, no matter how rotten I was.
Because at the end of the day, maybe we gotta put our faith in something other than ourselves. Even if we're too stubborn to admit it.
I didn't expect you to put a lot of stock in faith.
And I didn't expect you to lose yours and keep moving. Guess we're all full of surprises, ain't we?
I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt that you're being genuine.
Oh, I'm always genuine. People just ain't always paying attention. For real, though, Moondust might have given me a push. Thought it'd help.
Sounds like familiar advice. Is it, though? Helping?
No joke? I think so.
Then we have that in common, too.
All known extraction points in the sector. Surface and debrief fire team.
Do you think your new Scion friends could help move this process along, Saladin?
I brought that question to them as well. They've expressed a great deal of concern about melding with a worm.
They don't trust her.
Trust isn't the issue. Their concern is safety. Your bond and taken affliction ground you. But for them, it would be more like touching a live wire. Asa's connection to the darkness would open them to others who could be watching, assuming it doesn't kill them outright.
Change of plans. Xivu Arath struck while you were returning from the dive. Hive deception slipped through our guard, and Asa was targeted by a Hive ritual. Xivu Arath's voice tore through the air like a wall of swords. We think it wounded Asa, but she swam off to try and interrupt the ritual before we could do anything. Zavala and Sloan are tracking her to the ritual site, and I am mobilizing the Iron War beasts to support them. We need you in the fight, Guardian. I'm sending coordinates to your ghost, but we have no idea what to expect there. Deploy to the ritual site and disrupt the Hive. The hunt is on. Commander, we've picked up Asa's trail deep below Kraken Mar, behind Xivu Arath's battle lines.
Understood. The Deputy Commander, Saint, and I will set up a perimeter to draw the Hive's attention. Then the Guardian can break through unscathed.
The Iron War Beasts prepare to support our assault. Say the word.
Keep them in reserve until the Guardian has eyes on Asa.
Daylight's burning, and she's in pain. I can feel it.
I'll find you on the field, Sloan. Hit your marks, and we'll get this done. Move out.
Fire team, check in. I've reached my position on the left flank. I've encountered a ritual.
I'm setting up on the right. Looks like a smaller ritual site here, too.
Pushing toward the commander's position now.
My drop pod is deployed to your location, Sloan. Drifter, you're on tack.
Well, all right. Taking energy, spiking up ahead of you, hero.
That must be Asa. Ah! My arm! Whatever they're doing, it's getting worse. If we're gonna do something about it, now's the time!
Guardian, start pushing forward. As soon as Saladin's pod hits ground, we launch our diversion.
Pod grounded. I'm in position.
Guardians, strike! Fire team, report! Saint and I hold the left flank!
It is working. We draw them off the Guardian.
Enemy reinforcements flooding the right flank. We're holding.
This line doesn't fall back.
Okay, hotshot. It's all you now.
Found the Long Girl. Guardian's almost there. Dropping a ping to the fire team.
Taking fire! Repositioning!
I got you.
They are overrunning our position! Zavala! Drop wards and focus fire on their ritualists! No one gets past us!
Wait. These rituals... They're trying to take Asa!
Keep your taking pants on. I ain't never seen a ritual our walking tank couldn't smash. That's a whole lot of magic. And I bet those wizards are holding the reins. Get in there and start breaking things. Every wizard you put in the dirt makes a dent. Plug away, hero!
Asa just got a second wind, Guardian. Whatever you're doing, keep it up.
Position.
Clever, warrior of the sky.
Hold on, Asa. We're coming!
The coward flesh must be taken.
Last one. Long Girl should be home free.
Excellent work, Guardian. Fire team, check in.
Down to a sword, but Hive and Taken forces routed.
They will not run far. So many Titans. We encircle them like impenetrable walls. Ha!
Clear your zones and fall back to defensive positions around Asa as she swims back to the arcology.
Consider it done. War beasts, you fought well. Extra rations for all.
What's Asa's status?
I've got an eye on her, and I'm shipping a transmat beacon your way. Hold on to your boots.
Zivorath's forces are in full retreat.
Good. Time to complete the mission.
Our dance will never end. I am war. You carry my banner. Cling to me like hope. What are you without me? Sink into my embrace. Drown in the deep. Fight forever.
Stand down, Deputy. Sometimes the battle is stepping away from the battle. with you all the way.
The true path lies obscured, but she knows the way. She who hides truth in deception. The Witch Queen must rise.
Relying on Savathun. This is what it's come to.
Tell me you're not serious.
I am. Asa has given us a way to follow the witness.
This cannot be the only way.
Everyone in this room understands the risks. But we finally have a path forward. We can't wait for another.
The Empress won't take kindly to this news.
You stand on her counsel. Convince her.
I cannot watch the Witch Queen rise again, Zavala. To scheme against us. To steal another face? No!
She won't be given the opportunity. Eris and Ikora will keep the situation under our control.
Immaru isn't one to be baited into a trap.
Not a trap. A bargain. We're all against the witness. Savathun's ghost has no choice but to cooperate.
I'll convey your decision and assurances to the Empress. Commander, Guardians.
We tried to control the Witch Queen before. I saw how that ended, Zavala. It is a treacherous path. When she strays, as I know she will, even one claw.
My fist will be right behind yours.
I hope I am wrong. But right now, I cannot see how. Osiris will hear of this. I imagine he will have words too.
There's a long night ahead of us. Let's be the beacons others need to follow. At least until we make it through this.
We did it, Guardian. Cut a swath through the Taken and got the intel we needed. The mission is complete. I've waited a long time to say those words. And I used to dread the moment that comes after. But not anymore. I thought I needed the mission to draw my focus, to drown out all the noise. All of this. But not focusing on it doesn't mean it isn't there. It's a part of me now. I'll carry it with me wherever I go. And that's okay. I'm strong enough to shoulder that weight, especially if I don't have to do it alone. Asa's in hibernation now. All that strain on our psychic link has worn her out. Poor girl's earned some time to rest. She won't be alone, either. I'll camp out on Titan and watch over her. just like she watched over me. That's not to say I'll never return to the tower. When I do, I know there'll be a place for me, and people to welcome me home. Take care, Guardian. And watch your back when you dig up Savathun. If you ever need to punch her lights out, you know where to find me.
Commander, on Titan, I had a moment of weakness. Xivu Arath.
At ease, Sloan. You resisted the will of a hive god. An apology isn't necessary.
Everything I'd done since they took Titan. That was the moment. And I almost faltered.
A metal tested leaves an impression. Something Saladin used to recite when we were young.
It's more than an impression. I accepted a lot, thinking I wasn't coming back. When we secured Titan before, it was survival. But we had hope, a goal. We won, and it was over. This time, something's dragging me back, like that struggle's all there is.
That sounds all too familiar.
Oh?
I was married once.
You're kidding. What was her name, this woman who wooed old man Zavala?
Sophia. Together, we raised a son, Hakim.
Oh.
It was the Dark Age. I was Saladin's charge. Young, reckless, enchanted by a warm memory now.
I've never heard you talk about those days. Is Renpier's drunken noodle still there, or did we lose it in some catastrophe?
It's still standing. Expanded, actually. Let's talk in person. I'll clear the night schedule.
Uh-oh. Must be for someone important.
An old friend.
Well, I don't know what I would have done if Renpier's blew up while I was gone. Sometimes those noodles held me together.
We would have rebuilt it. Brick by brick, if that's what it took.
I read the report on Rasputin. Makes me wonder if there will be a place for people like us when this is all over.
People like us.
Fighters. Warriors. If I'm aiming to keep on living the day after the witness bites a bullet.
Keitel speaks of similar apprehensions. She holds it noble to fight for a time one may never see. Whether a place exists for you there is entirely within your own making. Peace isn't a lack of purpose. It's an opportunity to define one.
I've got some problems that could use a pair of solutions. I'm thinking you... Hey!
This Vex data is intriguing. It seems as though they're trying to access servers not currently connected to the Cloud Ark.
Do we even have systems that aren't connected? That's weird. Does it say where they're digging?
Not yet, no. We need a few more data points. Guardian, let's get moving. Vex have been attempting to breach an air-gap firewall in the old Ishtar Collective systems at Vale Containment. My initial investigation indicated those systems had been wiped in some sort of electromagnetic event. But perhaps in our haste, we overlooked something. Let us go discover what the Vex have been after.
You know, ever since we defeated Callus, I've been wondering a lot more about the Veil. I think we take it for granted. It's always been here. We always assumed that the Ishtar Collective brought it with them on the Exodus ship,
But now you question that assumption.
Nezarec seemed to know something, didn't he? When we were inside the Vex network, he said something about Savathun.
My memories cast shadows of Savathuns. Echoes of the time she and I were bound by her dark magic. The more time we spend here, the clearer the outline of those shadows become. The Ishtar Collective didn't bring the Veil here, Nimbus. Savathun stole it from the Witness and left it here. Quite possibly for the Ishtar Collective to find.
Why? Why would she do that? Isn't she our enemy?
She is. And yet at times, she is our ally. When it is convenient to her. And in that convenience, we find common ground. Or as a friend once said, the line between light and dark is very thin.
I kinda hate that.
As do I. Excellent. That terminal is functional. I've sent a data mining application to your Ghost. Upload it, and let's see what we can find.
Chioma Essie. Personal log. Incidental. Maya arrived yesterday with the Exodus Indigo. I should be relieved, but in light of the current situation, I don't feel much of anything. We're presently en route from Hyperion to the terraformed surface of Neptune. I'm scared. I'm so scared. We don't even know what we've lost. Comms are dead. It's just silence everywhere. We might be all that's left. Maya was right about everything. The cult, the end, how we'll survive. I hate this.
Chioma Essie was one of the founders of Neomuna. There's a part of the city named after her. This is like hearing a legend.
I knew of Chioma Essie and her wife, Maya Sandarish. They were Ishtar Collective researchers on Venus during the Golden Age.
Is this all there is? The one log?
No. There's an entire archive here. It could be the key to unraveling the mystery of the Veil.
Not to cut this short, but we've got incoming. There's Taken popping up all over the courtyard and... Tormentor! There's a Tormentor heading into the facility.
Guardian, neutralize the Tormentor. We can't lose this data.
is defeated and the area is secure. However, the remainder of Dr. Essie's logs are encrypted. She's using an adaptive Vex algorithm to protect them. It will take me several days to break through. Whatever this is, it must be valuable. Guardian, I recommend you check back here later to see what we've uncovered.
Chioma Essie, research log, the Veil. I don't even know where to start. When we landed on Neptune, there was something waiting for us. An alien structure. It's an electromagnetic anomaly. No mass, but a tangible surface area. It's like a thesis statement to the von Neumann-Wigner hypothesis. It's definitely paracausal, like the Traveler. Maya calls it the Veil. She says she heard the name in a whisper when she looked at it. When I asked her who whispered, she said it was her own voice. I still haven't had time to process that. Everyone on the initial survey team died. The minute they touched the object, they entered a state of brain death. All of them. To make it worse, the EM radiation emitting from the Veil is causing psychological distress in the exos that came with us. They've all described moments of intense, hallucinogenic reverie. Some of them went silent and rigid and just stopped. Maya called it billboarding. Something from the early days of Clovis Bray's Exomind project. She doesn't seem afraid or surprised. She's convinced this thing, in her own words, she says, it'll be our salvation.
Fascinating. This corroborates what Nezarec said, that the Veil survived Savathun's escapade. This must have been the root of Savathun's betrayal, stalling the Witness's plan to buy time to counter it.
So, she stole the Veil from Nezarec?
And killed him in doing so. It explains what happened to the Lunar Pyramid, why it's dormant.
And what about the rest of this? What happened to the Exos? Is that what happened to all of them?
I have some theories, but it's too early. Regardless, it sounds like the Veil had an ill effect on Dr. Sandaresh. We must be cautious. Hopefully the next log we decrypt will shed more light on this enigma.
Chioma Essie, research log, the Veil. We shouldn't settle here. It's a mistake. But Maya is insistent that we have to build our long-term shelters near the Veil. We're almost done constructing an enclosure around it. Once the field emitters are up, we should at least be safe from its radiation. The Siva tech Maya had on the Exodus was a lifesaver. Not only for building the enclosure, but shelters, tools. We'd be dead without it. But it still wasn't fast enough. The last XO in our group succumbed to brain death yesterday. Maya's quarantined the bodies for study. She says our next step should be finding a way to draw power from the Veil so we're self-sufficient. I'm insisting on turbines instead. But she doesn't think that's good enough. Not for as long term as this might be. Which, I guess. But I can't shake this feeling. Like we're making a terrible mistake.
I'm not getting a good vibe from this. Quinn says these records contradict some of her own. But there's a ton of references to Maya Sandaresh in our archives that are redacted. I'm worried, Osiris. What if everything we've been told our whole lives? What if it was all a lie?
Don't despair yet, young friend. The truth may be somewhere between these logs and what you've been told in the past. In my experience, history can be contradictory. Regardless, we won't know until we decrypt more of these logs.
Chioma Essie, incident log. The Vex.
Interesting.
6 weeks ago, our settlement came under attack by an intrusion of Vex forces. It was a test of our defenses for a larger incursion. Yesterday, scouts discovered temporarily realigned architecture just outside the stronghold limits. The Vex had retroactively inserted themselves into Neptune's history, just like they did on Venus. But unlike Venus, something stopped them short of our habitat. They had to fight their way in. I think it's the Veil. Something about the paracausal nature of the Veil is preventing their temporal excursions. But the Vex aren't giving up. They did something to Neptune's magnetic field. Wove a sim into it. A screen to isolate us. It's a double-edged sword. The Vex screen hides us from the outside world, from whatever's happened. So we're safe. Ish. But we're stuck with the Vex. Thankfully, they're slow to react. It's giving us time to research countermeasures. It's almost our anniversary. I should do something for Maya. She'll forget. She's always so busy. Computer, prepare food synthesis. File, Chioma date night 6. Oh, and add a bottle of port.
Osiris? You alright?
Yes, I'm fine. I just, saw shadows. My choices. Saint. Dr. Sandaresh and I walked very similar paths of obsession, it seems.
Oh.
And nevertheless, it appears that Neomuna's history is deeply tied to the Vex. Hopefully the next decryption will shed more light on this.
Chioma Essie, research log. Exos. Maya and I have built a working theory around the deaths of our Exo crewmates after their exposure to the Veil. According to Maya, Exo minds contain a combination of Vex radiolaria and something known as clarity. Radiolaria are alien microorganisms living within a hive mind state. Or, I suppose more accurately, a community. Clarity is, Maya described it as a paracausal power derived from an alien artifact. Something Braytech had kept secret. Something Maya. Maya thinks the Veil and this artifact are related. That the paracausal force from the Veil overloaded their exominds. Unraveled them. It's like taking a powerful magnet to an archaic magnetic storage device. Full erasure. But Maya, she thinks we can reverse engineer this phenomenon. Use it to write data to a clarity-infused object. Fabricate consciousness. Scientifically, the process seems sound, but morally... Maya keeps saying that we're past the point of morality. She said that. She's convinced that our survival hinges on mastery of the Veil. It's like she's the one unraveling. I feel like I'm losing her. But every time I try and push, I feel her move a little further away. I don't know if I can lose anything else. How much more can any of us lose before there's nothing left?
Nimbus, how much do you know about the Cloud Strider's creation? The technology used?
You don't think...
I make no assertions yet. But I worry that your neon-lit city may have darker roots than either of us knew.
Oh.
Chioma Essie, research log. SIVA. SIVA is a nanotech fabrication system, intended to be used by Exodus ships to rapidly build necessary resources from base matter. Maya calls it Willa Bray's obsession, without a hint of self-awareness. But we both see the potential it poses for the future. Each nanomachine in SIVA's design is an independent, thinking machine, utilizing a distributed quantum network to coordinate movement. Like a mechanical version of Radiolaria. Probably where the design was inspired from, if I'm being honest. But the design can be pushed. We're looking at ways of incorporating components from disabled Vex and erased exomines. If we can insulate the nanomachines from the radiation that killed the Exos, maybe their deaths won't be for nothing.
Wait. Does this really mean I'm part Vex?
Well, it's too early to jump to these conclusions, Nimbus. But there does seem to be some connection between the Vex and the Cloud Striders. It may explain why you and the others are able to enter the Vex network without the aid of splicers.
Can I time travel?
No, let's hope not.
Chioma Essie. Research log. Veil interface. Maya and I have finalized a prototype interface for the Veil. Hopefully it'll allow our research team to investigate it in detail. The system's designed like an orchestra, with a central conductor directing a symphony of minds to act like a distributed network. The idea came to us by watching how collective networks like SIVA and the Vex operate. The hope is we can aggregate and pass the vast amounts of psychic data emitting from the Veil, turn it into something intelligible. If we're successful, the interface will provide us with a starting point for any future technological research tied to the Veil. The risks of such integration are high. The estimated mortality rates are... But I don't know what I'm doing. This is wrong. This is so wrong. We shouldn't... All she ever talks about is survival. Think big picture. What about your survival? What about your heart? My heart? I can't keep doing this. I can't.
Again, I see a shadow of myself in Maya Sandarish. The man I could have become had I let obsession continue to rule me. I'm worried what the next recording will reveal.
Me too.
Chioma Essie. Research log. Veil interface. Supplemental. They're all dead. Chorus. Conductor. Everyone. It was too much. Swept their minds away like grains of sand on a beach. They're all dead. Maya called it valuable data points. Well springs and rivers are something. What have I done?
Dang it. This killed their entire research team, but it sounds like... It's like...
Like their lives held no value to Dr. Sandarish. There's a troubling symmetry with data we've recovered from Titan. Data on the origin of the Witness. It too was once multiple people that became conjoined by the way of some sort of ritual with a veil. Perhaps a conductor and a chorus. It is troubling that Dr. Sandarish seemed to be moving down that same path.
I don't like this, Osiris. I don't like this at all.
Chioma Essie. Research log. Lakshmi 2.
What?
Maya's... I don't even know what to say. I'd recused myself from further experiments. Told her to take some time off. She refused. And the minute I wasn't there, she started hauling the brain-dead Exos out of cold storage, hooking them up to the Veil interface. She burned through dozens of them, reversed the entire machine's design. used a chorus of brain-dead exos to funnel data down to the conductor seat, projecting a mental imprint. Hers. I didn't know Lakshmi too, but Maya did. And now she's made this thing. It speaks with her voice, has some of her memories. The way it looks at me. It's like it knows something I don't.
Osiris, do you recognize that name? Lakshmi?
Yes. And no. Lakshmi too was an exo and once leader of a faction on Earth known as the Future War Cult. She died over a year ago. But she never once made mention of any of this. Of Neomuna, of Maya. Did she know? Did she remember? This is all as much a revelation to me as it is to you. It throws everything she did while in the last city into question.
I mean, if she was a copy of Dr. Sundaresh, then is she really dead?
I don't know. For now, I must deliver a rather uncomfortable report to Ikora.
Chioma Essie. Research log. The Veil. She did it. Maya connected people to the Veil. Our own scientists. And they survived. I should be happy, but... happy that all this horror wasn't for nothing? But I'm not. I'm disgusted. In myself, in Maya, in all of us. This thing, the Veil, it's some kind of web of consciousness. Just like the Vex network, but organic instead of artificial. It makes sense why the Vex want it. Paracausal simulations. There'd be no stopping them. I should be happy to be a part of history, to solve a cosmic riddle. Happy for Maya, happy for all of us. But I'm not. I don't feel anything. Maya is gone. The woman I knew may as well have died when we landed on Neptune. But her ghost still haunts me. This place. I don't know what to do. There's a generation of children born here now. This is their home. I don't know what to do.
Damn. Osiris, this is... I don't know if I want to listen to this anymore.
Obsession is a beast with long, sharp talons. A beast that does not so easily release its prey. Maya Sundaresh is but one victim.
That sounds like you're talking from experience.
Painfully so. But unlike Dr. Sundaresh, I found a way out of the beast's grasp before it was too late.
How?
By losing.
Chioma Essie. Personal log. Incidental. Maya's dead. I found her in the conductor's chair, alone. Nobody knows what she was doing. Her copy, that thing, Lakshmi, is still developmentally incomplete. It doesn't understand what happened to Maya. I had it quarantined until we do something.
There's no dates on any of these files. There's no telling how much time is set between them.
Time enough for loss. How many are left?
3 more.
Then let us hope there are yet more answers to uncover.
Chioma Essie. Log. Whatever. The War Mind has reactivated. Our base on Hyperion detected network activity. They found us, classified our location Nephili Stronghold. We already estimate that Rasputin has attempted remote interference with our network, our research. It can't. I won't let what we've learned here ruin more lives. I'm going to send Stargazer off-world to deal with the problem. They can take Lakshmi with them and do whatever. As long as it's out of the city, out of my sight. It's a risk, taking an action off-world, exposing ourselves. But we have to. What we've done here has to be quarantined. The Veil is too much power. Too much for anyone.
Stargazer. That puts the time of this recording around the foundation of the Cloud Striders. Chioma must have been really old.
Stargazer is the one responsible for redacting Nephili's stronghold from Rasputin's records. Or Maya by proxy with Lakshmi. Fascinating. There's 2 more logs left. Once we've decrypted them, I will need to take time to contemplate the larger picture they present.
You and me both.
The Veil is too great a power for humanity to wield responsibly. All that's left is to close down the facility. Neomuna will go on. Humanity will persist. On the back of our unspeakable work. But I won't pass that guilt on to humanity's future. My hands can be bloodied. Let the children have innocence. And in my dissolution, I will find peace.
I don't know if I agree with Chioma's choice to hide the sins of the past. But I also do not know what I would do in her place.
Quinn says there's a data signature on this file, like something else was crawling the network. Vex signature. What's MSUND 12?
There's 1 log left to decrypt. Perhaps we'll find out.
Years ago, back on Venus, the Vex simulated copies of us, Maya and I, trapped in a virtual hell. After so long, even hell can look like heaven, can't it? I'm tired. I'm done. Maya has to be out there. The Maya I remember. And all I want is one more moment with her. To hold her in my arms. Tell her that I love her. So she can tell me to hush one more time. If we learned anything from the Veil, it's that eventually we all have to learn to let go. So, I made contact with the Vex. I'm ready. And it's time to say goodbye.
In the end, Maya Sandaresh was consumed by her desire to understand and her inability to let go. She and Chioma lost everything in pursuit of knowledge. Chioma abandoned it all, sought to wipe the state clean for future generations.
What did we learn from all of this?
That the Veil is darkness, the power of consciousness made manifest, as much as the Traveler is the light, the power of the physical world. The implications are great, but so too are the risks. As a younger man, I may have fallen into the same trap Maya did. But now I know better. We must proceed with caution. lest the river sweeps us away.